Hi, friends. It's Pastor Tim Henderson. I want to answer the question that I keep getting about Psalm 83, the Psalm 83 war. Now, what I'm going to tell you, I know there's debate with... Come up here and say hi. And then let Zadie get his video done. This is Jaden, and he loves being with his Zadie, right? And I love you so much, and Jesus loves you. You know that? All right, let Zadie do his video, okay? Thank you. You're such a good boy.
And then you'll go play with me.
And then I'll play with you again, absolutely. So what I want to say to you is that I believe this is really a perennial application of Psalm 83. And I'm going to talk about Isaiah 17 and Ezekiel 38 also. On May 28, now I know other people believe that in 1948 it was fulfilled. I'm going to tell you what I believe. And you can disagree, but for those who are asking questions, on May 28, 1967, Gamal Abdel Nasser, president of the United Arab Republic, said, this is what he said, "We plan to open a general assault on Israel. This will be total war. Our basic aim is the destruction of Israel." When war broke out on June 5th, we're talking about the 1967 war, the Six-Day War, the United Arab Republic was joined by Jordan, Syria, Iraq, Algeria, Sudan, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Morocco. Now, the attempt of that confederacy to drive Israel into the sea was obviously unsuccessful. And boy, if I could tell you how miraculous, how Israel was outnumbered, how when the 55th Paratrooper Unit, Israel, landed in Israel. Oh my goodness, it's such an amazing God's hand with Israel. I believe that if we looked at the Confederacy, the Confederate War, that it was fulfilled there. But I believe there's also a perennial application. What do I mean? We could still see at any time, until the time that Christ sets up his kingdom, we could see Muslim countries around Israel come against Israel. Excuse me. So I hope that explains it. I do believe the 1967 war was part of this prophetic, and I believe it can be perennial. Now, Isaiah 17 talks about the total destruction of Damascus. I believe that is imminent, meaning that could happen at any time. With everything going on with these smart devices that Iran is bringing into Syria, with the collective work of Iran, Russia, and Turkey there in Syria, we could see at any moment the total. I mean, Damascus has already, 70% been impacted, and just the destruction there. It's imminent. It could happen any time. And that brings me to the Gog of Magog war, Ezekiel 38. Now, I hear a lot of teachers say, no, all the countries aren't there. It's not imminent. I disagree. I believe it absolutely is imminent, that Ezekiel's war is definitely imminent. You have the leader, the driver of that, Russia, since 2015, that has been in Syria, and he's looking for the spoils of war, and he's looking to the Golan Heights in Israel. In fact, in the past 2 weeks, the UN made a resolution to have Israel relinquish her rights to the Golan Heights. That's where much of the natural resources are. That's not going to happen. Just in the past few days, the EU has signed an agreement with Israel for the pipeline that's going to give Norway and Russia a run for the money. Again, that will not make President Putin happy. So you've got those three countries. You've got Rosh, Persia, Togarmah, and Key. That's Russia, Iran, and Turkey. Some have said, but Cush and Put aren't there. But what they don't realize is that Turkey and Russia both have influence. Each of them have an influence in one of those last two countries. The same way their influence is growing over their military, their infrastructure, their financial. And so those two countries outlined there that are left, Cush and Put, Libya and the Sudan, They are involved. So the foundation is there. They're there. Folks, they're there. Ezekiel's war. Remember, if you watched an earlier video about in Luke 21, it talks about the fig tree budding and the other trees. Well, the fig tree is Israel that we've been watching since May 14th, 1948, the budding of the fig tree. The other trees are these other prophetic nations that are lining up. The foundation is set for these prophecies. They're imminent. They're imminent at any moment. Now, Ezekiel's war, Isaiah 17, those things do not have to occur before the snatching away, before the rapture. I'm telling you, it's any moment. Jesus is coming back for his bride. Until then, we occupy and redeem the time. We share the good news, the gospel, the love, so that others can be saved. So God bless you. Hope that answers your question. Have an awesome rest of your day.